Okay guys, what I've got for you here today is a cheeky little squad builder. Basically, it's a cheap squad. It's not very expensive. There's certain players obviously on here that you can see that are a little bit more expensive, but altogether it's a pretty cheap squad. The basis of the squad, it was a Premier League team, but then I ended up changing it into kind of a French team because it all molded in together pretty well. The chemistry together is all set at 9, which is really good. Yeah, so it's basically a French Premier League slash Newcastle because, well, Newcastle, as we all know now, they are pretty much the French national side. And basically, yeah, this is the team, and they're absolute beasts. So I just wanted to share it with you. This is my first YouTube video, and I really wanted to share this team with you because I think they're absolutely brilliant. Basically, let's start with who's in goal. I've got Julio Cesar in goal. I don't need to say anything about this guy. This guy is unbelievable. He's absolutely brilliant. In real life, for QPR, he's been amazing lately. Obviously, there's an informed version of him as well, which this is a cheap squad, so I'm just using the original version, and he is just as good. So yeah, that's Julio Cesar in goal. Left back, we've got Leighton Baines. Now, he's not the best left back in the game or in the Premier League, but I just like using this guy. In real life, he's an absolutely brilliant player. Obviously, we all know how good that left peg of his is, which it shows in the stats there. His defending, it's not the best, but it's pretty good, and his headering is still not good. But you know, in the game, the stats that they give him there and in the gameplay is completely different. His stats there are not brilliant, but in the gameplay, he is absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, he's been a brilliant solid left back for me, so that's why I use Leighton Baines. Centre back, we've got Lauren Koscielny. 74 pace, 81 defending, 81 headering. You know, I don't think that reflects him in real life, but yeah, in the game he is absolutely brilliant. For 74 pace for a centre back, that's awesome. That is, and then with 81 defending, 81 headering, that's a pretty solid centre back there for you. Then we got Yanga and Biwa, who I think is an absolute brilliant signing for Newcastle. Again, with 76 pace, 81 defending, and 79 headering. This is what I look for in the centre back. So I look for pace, decent defending, and not so much on the headering, but you know they still got to have a decent headering. And yeah, I think that these two centre back, both being French as well, is a pretty solid centre back partnership. And then obviously we got another Newcastle defender. We got Debussy. Like Leighton Baines, not the best right back in the Premier League or in the game, but since I've started using him, I think he's pretty solid for me. That's why I've kept him in the team. And he's cheap as well. He's really cheap. So yeah, that's why I've got Debussy in the team, and he's pretty good. I want to talk about the midfield. This is the main hub of the team. This is where it's at right now. We've got another Arsenal player, and he goes by the name of Diaby. We obviously know that in real life he's very injury prone, which annoys me like hell being an Arsenal fan. But in the game, 79 pace, 73 shooting. That for me, going forward, is brilliant. So I'll talk about the defending and header inside of it in a minute. We've got pace 79, shooting 73, which is brilliant. Then we move to Sissoko, who's got 85 pace, 73 shooting. And he's an absolute monster. He's an absolute monster in centre midfield. Then we got Kabai, 74 pace, 76 shooting. He's another brilliant player. You know, we've got 3 midfielders there with 70 plus shooting, which is absolutely brilliant. But not only that, this is the main part about these players. They've got a great attacking option. You know, they're brilliant going forward with good pace and good shooting, which is always good. But not only that, all 3 of them have 70 plus on the defending and header inside. As you can see, Diaby, 74 defending, 75 headering. Sissoko, 76 defending, 74 headering, and Kabai, 75 defending, 80 headering. Now that is brilliant because obviously going forward, they help out the attack. You know, they've got good shooting, they've got good passing, but then on the defending side of it, they help the defence out brilliantly because they've got good defending and good headering. So it's kind of like having 7 defenders, but with a great attacking option as well. They help out obviously this strike force I've got here. Let's move on to them now. Oxlade-Chamberlain, amazing player in real life, and on the game I think they've underrated his shooting a little bit, but his stats there say 67 shooting, but in the gameplay so much better. The guy scores goals from absolute miles out. I've scored some absolute beastly goals with this guy. He's brilliant dribbling, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, brilliant on the left-hand side there, and he links up well, obviously, with the Arsenal team, which is really good there. And then let's move on to Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur on the right wing there, another Newcastle French player, you know, Litoon Army, as they're saying at the moment. Currently injured in real life, but I think he's been robbed there a little bit with his pace, because in real life I feel like he is an 88, 89 pace winger. But obviously 75 shooting, we all know about that left peg of his. Brilliant left peg, and obviously 5-star skills. 5-star skills, you can't ask for anything more. Weak foot, 4-star, and yeah, he links up obviously with this French side, Newcastle on the right hand side here, which obviously brings the chemistry all to 9, which is really good. And then obviously we got the French striker Loic Remy. I did start with Cisse up front, but then obviously when I made a little bit more money, because I've started this team from scratch, I wanted to challenge myself, because this is a new team for me. Whole new beginning. I got rid of everyone and I started again, and so I've been making money, and I started with Cisse. He was absolutely brilliant for me, but then I've moved up market a little bit, and I've gone for Loic Remy, who is absolute beast compared to Cisse. Obviously, look at the stat difference there. He is just a lot better than Cisse, and in the gameplay that absolutely shows. He's got the pace, he's got the shooting, he's got the header in. I mean, you can just beast pass players with the pace of this guy. You just coast pass him, absolute brilliant shot. And then obviously when you've got pacey wingers like these two, running down the way and crossing it in, Loic Remy is going to get his head on it. You know, so this team's an absolute solid team. Only 4.5 stars, which is pretty good. You got 3 rare players there as well. The rest of them obviously non-rare foot, so that makes them a little bit cheaper. So I'm just going to go through the prices here. Let me just check this. So Julio Cesar 1,500, Debussy 700, really cheap for a pretty solid right back. 2,000 for Mbiwa is a little bit expensive, but the guy, you know, with 76 pace, you can't complain with that. Kashani 1,200, Leighton Baines 1,500, 1,200 for Kabai. This is Sissoko. He has 3,500, which is pretty expensive, but for the gameplay of this guy, he's brilliant. So he's definitely worth every penny. You can probably get him cheaper now because the market obviously fluctuates, but this is what I paid for him, and he's been brilliant for me. So yeah, on to the next, which is Abu Diaby. 750 is pretty cheap really for a pretty solid midfielder. Can't argue with that price. And then you've got obviously Ben Arthur there, 3,000 coins. He's obviously going to be a little bit more because he's a rare player. Oxlade-Chamberlain, as you can see there, that 21 games, 19 goals for me. He's been absolutely brilliant on that left-hand side. And then up front, 9,700 for Remy. He's a little bit more expensive. What I did, I bought him in a different formation and managed to get a formation card for him to make him cheaper, because the cheapest 4-3-2-1 at the time was, I think it was about 13k, so I managed to get him a little bit cheaper. I paid 750 coins for the card, so it makes him a little bit cheaper for me. I've only played 3 games with him, and so far he's been absolutely brilliant. But yeah, so that's the team for you. I just wanted to share that. Hopefully you like it. I'm going to try and get a few more videos up and a few more squad builders for you. So like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.